Hello everyone, and welcome to our next scheduled stream from the Ivor Dent Sports Complex in Edmonton, Alberta at the 2019 Canadian Ultimate Championships. My name is Clayton Howlett. I'm joined with Joel Bellavance, and today we're bringing you a matchup in our Explore Edmonton Open Division on our Cliff Bar Showcase Field. A matchup between a power pole crossover with Winnipeg's General Strike and Vancouver's Furious George. We're just about to pull here. Joel, you want to recap the weather for our viewers?
Yeah, sure can. Anyone who tuned in on the first stream may have seen the windy conditions that we're having today. It's also quite cold as well. But yeah, the gusting probably somewhere around 35 to 40 kilometers an hour, coming in directly towards the camera. So a bit of definitely a crosswind and really challenging conditions for athletes today.
So we have the horn. We're going to get underway. Morgan Hibbert with the pull, which stays in bounds. It's picked up by Strike, centered at the brick mark. Furious coming down with the zone set right off the get-go here. Strike elects to go over the top. Number 13, Duncan, fielding that. And as we're going to see a lot of passes, they're going to get bobbled and turned over in the wind here. Sang picks up, finds Brennan in the middle. Morgan underneath, or Hibbert underneath. Looking for any cuts. Doesn't have any. Sang gets around for the dump. He finds Knapp. Knapp looking for cuts. Sang around to Hibbert. Hibbert looking Sang. Layout catch, keeps it alive. Just ahead of the brick mark now. Knapp keeping that one up. Sang. And there's a call as a shoe comes off. Looks like Sang stepped on number 23, Gil Bunnan's shoe there. And they both have a good laugh about that.
Just gonna get that cleat back on and tie it up.
So our winds today are gusting at around 45 kilometers an hour. Knapp now goes around to Hibbert, sails over Hibbert. Greenberg, big backhand huck. Number 13, Duncan tracking, lands in. Strike with the hold in this windy weather.
Yeah, nice, pretty good offense from Furious George there, working really hard to working down the field, and then, just a little bit caught up in the wind there. Pass from Hugh Knapp, and Greenberg right away attacking deep, and just able to keep that huck in bounds, and really nice throw here given the conditions.
So I'm just going to take this opportunity while we have a little bit of a lull. The wind, as bad as it is right now, has not peaked from the weather report. And today it's going to be at our worst at 2:30. Due to the high winds and just some risks involved with the streaming setup that we have going, the 2:30 stream between Traffic and Iris has been canceled. The game is still going on, but there will be no stream. I'm going to be hunkered down, tweeting updates of that game, though, somewhere. And you'll be able to follow at CUC_tweet, the official Twitter for this tournament, and I'll be updating the Traffic and Iris play-by-play on there the best I can. Instead, we'll be featuring a women's division playoff game tomorrow, a quarterfinal, in its place at 10:30 Edmonton time. So there will be 4 streams tomorrow. Underhill, airing that out for Brendan Wong. Wong always dependable in the deep. Furious on the doorstep now, and finds Andre Galis coming across with the slash cut, and Furious gets that quick hold. 1-1, and you see a General Strike player there bowing down to Brendan Wong. Brendan Wong, familiar with some of these players from General Strike. He himself has played for a few Winnipeg teams like Torque. Perhaps, Joel, we should talk about some of the defensive looks we can see on Wong here, as he's going to be a big receiver for Furious in this game. We see teams often trying to keep him from going deep. We've seen the 4-man lockdown at some local Vancouver tournaments.
Yeah, Brendan Wong has just been one of the really fantastic ultimate player for just such a long time, probably the last 15 years. Always been really lethal in the deep space, and then, over the years also developed really good throws, and he's just always been such an effective player, and that was just a great grab, reading the disc a little bit better, making a nice stab.
All right, so Furious D-line here. Underhill, Cole Keffer, Braden G, Hugh Knapp, Peter Yu, Morgan Hibbert, and Samson Hoy. That pull goes out of bounds. So number 4, Jesse Greenberg, captain of General Strike, is going to bring this to the brick mark. Furious setting up in his own look. And he finds the around, fielded well by General Strike. The wind was starting to push that throw over. Furious sticking with their zone look. And Strike opts to try and punch it through the zone to no avail. That cup knocking that down. Underhill asking for the pass right away, centered. Underhill goes to Yu. Yu patiently looking for a reset. Airs it out at a high stall count. Many in the area. And unfortunately, as we've seen, Joel, the wind keeps that up in the air, and Underhill just waits and is able to bring that down.
Yeah, Peter Yu not able to find any bail options there. And actually puts like a pretty good throw, given the conditions. Hang one up in the end zone. Definitely a 50-50 ball, and a nice read by Underhill to sort of outweight and just be a little more patient than the Strike defenders. Great catch. That's a big break for Furious.
Live chat just asking which way is the wind going. I want to say everywhere, considering my current experience right now, but actually it's coming right at us. The wind, if you're looking at your screen right now, we are right next to the camera, and the wind is coming pretty much right at us. I don't know if there's a better direction to be going in right now with the wind. It's a heavy crosswind. It's interesting that at the sports complex here, most fields are oriented in this fashion. There's one or two that are flipped 90 degrees, and they've been your typical hard upwind, easy downwind sort of field in these conditions. But these fields, it's just a hard crosswind, which is leading to a lot of popped up throws. Number 1, Will Vu's pull lands out.
Yeah, we're going to see both teams utilize. That's an unfortunate pull. It looks like it's coming back to the brick mark. Never came back in bounds. But yeah, we're going to see both teams utilizing a lot of different zone looks and generally forcing each other to play most of ultimate on this sideline. So like closest sideline towards the camera, that's definitely the more difficult area of the field.
So Fury sets a zone. Cam Burton goes around to Gil Bunnan. Bunnan to Greenberg. Just outside of the end zone now. Furious sticking with that zone, even with Strike knocking on the door here. Burden. Easy dump. Around to Greenberg. Ladyman now. Back to Greenberg. To Burden. And Burden finds an open receiver in the end zone there, who's able just to grab that dish just before it touches the ground. Receiving that was number 94, Huwachenko. So, general strike with the hold.
Yeah, interesting defensive look from there from Furious. Decides to stay with a zone look, even though they're within their mark, within their end zone. And great offense from Strike. Is able to move the disc around, and a nice find by Cam Burden.
Both teams, live chat just asking, both teams looking pretty healthy. I've had the opportunity yesterday to watch them play in their respective pool play games. It doesn't seem anyone is out thanks to the tournament. I know on Furious George, Bobo Irick had not cleated up for the second or third game yesterday and is currently on the opposite sideline just in his sneakers, complaining of some lingering injuries he's had, but otherwise looking like we're at full squads here. Underhill fields that pull, goes to Sang. Strike comes down in a person defense. Sang rips it.
Looks like Brendo.
And Brendan Wong again with the great read. Dependable in that deep field. Galis. Was looking for Malcolm Bryson on the dump there, but there's a call in the stack.
Yeah, nice read by Brendo there to just once again just sort of get a good position, good read on the disc.
Just coming in on 2. Looks like there's some contact between Bryson and his defender. A little bit of discussion of perhaps like a foul call, maybe pushing off. He's facing sideways right now. I can't see who that is.
Yeah, it looks like it's just going to be a contested foul. Strike working hard to defend the upline cuts here.
So disc coming in at 6. Brendan Wong is there for the dump. Wong finds Sang. Wong is able to remain on the break side and gets it back from Sang. He goes up the break side, but a drop by number 5, Ty Barbieri. Got Kin?
Hand block from Underhill, but a really great catch by the Strike player there.
Snyder goes around. Furious in a person defense. Snyder in the center, lifts up a flick huck. That was Snyder to Snyder. Quinn Snyder makes the layout play, but just can't bring it in. And that highly contested catch there. So Tim Sang will hustle back to pick the disc up.
Yeah, really nice effort from Andrew Dickman, just able to close the gap and then made a really nice layout block there on the play.
Andrew with the big toss to Bryson. Furious right back on the doorstep of the Strike end zone. Barbieri makes up for that drop earlier. Is able to reel that pass in on the open side. And that is a hold for Furious.
Yeah, good concentration on that second catch by Barbieri. The conditions are just so tough. The disc is constantly sort of bobbling a little bit, and so you definitely it just requires a little bit of extra mental focus, definitely on every catch and every single throw too. You're trying to get a little more spin, you're trying to release a little lower, and it just takes a lot of focus.
Pretty well-timed huck. I mean, the wind is extremely strong today, this crosswind. There are opportunities, though. It is more gusty. It's not a consistent gale force wind, but as I say that, we're almost losing all of our gear. But there are lulls. Once in a while, you can get away with the wind just dying down for a second and putting up a big throw.
Yeah, this is just tough. It feels like it's just blowing 35 kilometers an hour all the time, directly across the field, and then, yeah, once in a while a little bit of a break, but a nice pull there.
And as we've seen, the laws of physics not meaning anything today watching discs roll up hills.
Yeah, that went all the way into the viewing gallery.
So Burton is going to bring that up to the front of the end zone. Furious in his own look. Strike able to move the disc around in their own end zone. And the upfield throw is pushed into the ground. Good effort by Furious to make that a low throw. I think someone on Furious got a piece on that. Knapp now has Vu. And Vu made a call off that contact as the Strike player was just slowing down and sort of ran into him before he made the throw there. Uncontested foul. Vu goes to Knapp. Knapp back to Vu. Vu electing not to call that contact. And that catch by number 12, Patrick Bayless, is in. Great athletic play by Bayless there to keep that alive and get his toes down first.
Yeah, Patrick Bayless, number 12, new player on Furious this year, Furious rookie. He is probably the most decorated, most experienced player on the field, though. He's won a few titles, maybe 3 or 4 with Revolver, and also represented Team USA Open multiple times at the World Championships. So Furious is definitely lucky to have him join their squad and be a veteran leader, and then also just like a fantastic player, great player.
So our score 4-2 for Furious, as that was a break, so a hold in a break. Last 2 points. Neither team has called a timeout. I'd say we're making pretty good time. 19 minutes into the game here. Half is at 8 or can be enforced after 45 minutes, which we'll talk about that if we get closer. Hibbert's pull floats, stays in bounds, lands just behind the brick line of Strike. Greenberg Ladyman looking for a way through the zone. Greenberg there to bail him out on the sideline. This is probably where Furious wants the disc, though. Ladyman goes to Burden. Burden to Ladyman. Burden now. Burden, little give-go action, goes over the top to Benin. Oh, and Tim Sang there to break up that crossfield backhand. Morgan takes off deep, draws a crowd. Lee Ash, no call, probably felt that he did not have possession of that disc before any contact. Oh, and Strike looking to quickly push it in. That throw by Greenberg just a little too far for a striking Benin, I believe.
Yeah, good look from Greenberg. Definitely a tough spot on the field to make a throw to right now, but just a little bit too far. But Strike's setting up definitely in-person defense, but playing pretty poachy here.
Sang Looked for Hoy. That throw floated up, but Samson doing a good job of tracking that. Liash now in the middle, or upfield pass to Morgan. And Morgan goes right away for the big backhand to Brennan. Brennan flips it back to Sang. And a quick backhand flip to Jonah Liash. And another break for Furious.
Yeah, nice throw from Morgan Hibbert to Robbie Brennan going deep there.
Timeout strike.
Yeah, and strike just so close to converting that upwind point, and fortunately not able to complete it. Furious able to turn right around and score a nice break.
So, if the win wasn't fun enough by itself, we're starting to get some rain.
Yeah, starting to get splashed here a little bit. We'll sort of monitor the situation as it goes on. Unfortunately, we can't be covered from the rain because of the wind. So, yeah, challenging conditions for athletes, for volunteers,
announcers,
camera people, photographers. Everyone's having a tough time here at Edmonton.
Except the observers in their shorts. Seem comfortable.
They've got to be chilly out there.
Oh, yeah.
See, most players are wearing pants and long sleeves. Quite a few gloves out there today as well, just trying to stay warm.
Yeah, and with that fact, you know, if you're watching the stream and participating in live chat, sometimes it's hard for us to see some numbers. So if you think we're giving credit where credit is not due, don't hesitate to punch in any numbers that we may have missed on assists or goals or anything like that. So, Coach Matty B. Berzan setting up another defensive look here. Berzan himself, a Furious alumni, originally hailing from here. Is that correct?
Yeah. Edmonton. Yeah, I believe all the Berzans from Edmonton, and we got two of them playing here. Katie Berzan's playing with PNW in the Masters Women's Division.
Yeah, you'll see Marin Berzan in Brampton in the mixed division playing with Victoria.
And yeah, the conditions are just getting worse as we move on in this game. It's Will Vu with the pull. And that one's also going to go into the viewing gallery up the hill.
Burden retrieves it, runs it up to the line. Perhaps want to get this disc moving so Furious can't get a good defensive set on, but they're there in their cover once again.
And I think we're actually going to have to call this quits here as the rain is starting to pick up and we just don't have shelter.
Oh, really? Yeah. Unfortunately, for some of the gear here, there's no way to cover it and protect it from the elements and still properly broadcast. So, yeah, just stand by here. Okay, so a goal by Furious. I will hunker down. You can follow at CUC_tweet to get updates, but unfortunately we're going to have to shut down the stream to protect our equipment so that we can bring more footage to you later. We'll sign off at CUC_tweet. See you later, everybody.